It was 5:13 a.m. when Maggie Ford opened her eyes and realized something was very, very wrong. She was lying on the cold pavement of Alder Street, barefoot. Her nightgown was torn, dirt clung to her arms like fingerprints, and worse, she had no idea how she got there. The sky above was gray, not quite sunrise, and the world around her was hauntingly still. No cars, no birds, just the distant hum of a power line and the trembling of her own breath. She got up slowly, wincing at a sharp pain in her ankle. Her mind was blank, wiped clean like a smudged chalkboard. But one question screamed through the fog in her brain. What happened to me last night? By the time she limped home, her mother Diane stood in the doorway, expression unreadable, her tone forcefully calm. Where were you, Maggie? Why are you barefoot? Were you sleepwalking again? Sleepwalking? Maggie had done it once, months ago, but this felt different. This felt orchestrated. Diane didn't call the police, didn't even ask if Maggie was hurt. She just handed her a cup of tea and told her to rest. Maggie knew her mom was hiding something, and it wasn't just concern. That night Maggie found a photo beneath her bed, one she didn't remember taking. It was of her and her boyfriend Tyler, arms around each other at last week's bonfire, but behind them, just over Maggie's shoulder, was a face, blurred, watching. She flipped the photo over. In shaky handwriting were the words, "Do not trust her." She rushed to call Tyler. No answer. Straight to voicemail. Then came Grace, her 10-year-old sister, peeking into Maggie's room at 2 a.m. "You saw it, didn't you?" Grace whispered. "What are you talking about?" Maggie asked. "The attic. You saw it." Maggie's stomach dropped. There was something in Grace's voice that chilled her fear, wrapped in knowing. She didn't sleep that night, and for the first time in years she locked her bedroom door. The door was nailed shut for a reason. "Maggie, and your sister isn't sleep-talking. She's remembering. Now so are you." The attic door creaked. Maggie stood at the bottom of the narrow hallway staircase, staring up at it. That old wood-paneled crawl space had always been sealed, bolted, nailed, forgotten, but now it seemed to hum with energy, like it was waiting for her. The morning after Grace's whisper, things shifted. Diane became cold, clinical. She insisted Maggie see someone about the sleepwalking. But when Maggie asked her mom what happened the night she was found in the street, Diane just smiled. A tight, rehearsed smile. "You were under stress, sweetie. That's all. You've always had episodes." Episodes? Maggie remembered her therapist from middle school, not for her issues, but because Diane insisted she had them. She visited Tyler's house that afternoon. His car was in the driveway. His dog barked, but no one answered the door. His mom, a nurse, said he left for the lake last night and never came home. That night, the drawings began. Dozens of torn notebook pages scattered around Grace's room, each one more disturbing than the last. Crude sketches of a figure standing at the foot of Maggie's bed, a staircase leading into fire, their mother with black, hollow eyes, and in every drawing, the attic. Grace sat on the floor, cradling a stuffed rabbit, rocking slightly. Her voice was barely above a whisper. "I hear it scratching at night. Don't open it, Maggie. Mommy says it'll make us forget again." "Forget what?" Maggie's head pulsed. Flashes of images hit her like a strobe light. Tyler yelling, Diane crying, a sound like something shattering. She started sleepwalking again. This time, Grace found her standing at the attic door, fingernails digging at the frame, eyes open but vacant. Maggie didn't remember a thing, until she did. She found a key hidden behind a loose panel in the hallway closet, taped inside a hollow copy of The Secret Garden. The tag read, "Backup attic key, don't use." Her hand trembled as she held it to the lock. That's when Diane's voice rang out behind her. "Maggie, step away. Right now." Maggie turned. Her mom's face was pale, eyes wide, not angry, terrified. "What's in the attic, Mom?" "Nothing you want to remember. You buried it. You drugged me. You made me forget, but I remember everything now, and so does Grace. What you did wasn't protection. It was murder." Maggie unlocked the attic. The door groaned like something exhaling after a long sleep. Dust fell in waves as she pushed it open. A single bulb flickered above, casting shadows that danced along the splintered walls. The air was thick, stale, but underneath the mold and dust, something else lingered. Rot. Inside, the space was smaller than she remembered, but that was the thing she couldn't remember ever being up here. Until she saw the tape recorder. It was old, covered in cobwebs, sitting on a crate beside a broken floor lamp. A blood stain, small, faded, darkened the wooden plank next to it. She pressed click. "Stop fighting, Tyler. Please just leave. You think I'm gonna let you erase me? You and your psycho mom." Crash. "Maggie, no." Thud. Silence. Her hands trembled as she dropped the recorder. Her breath hit. A wave of memories surged forward like a flood breaking a dam. Tyler had come to the house that night. He was angry, violent, accusing Diane of manipulating Maggie, of threatening to expose something that would ruin them both. The argument escalated. There was a struggle. Tyler fell, but it wasn't the fall that killed him. It was Diane. She finished it with the broken lamp. And then came the pills, sleeping meds, therapy sessions, gaslighting. Maggie was told she had an episode, that she had imagined things, that she was sick, but Grace had seen it too. She had drawn it all, trapped inside her childlike mind, told to keep quiet, told it was all a bad dream. Maggie stormed downstairs, the tape clutched in her hand like a dagger. Diane was waiting in the kitchen, arms folded, eyes red. You weren't supposed to remember, she said softly. He was going to destroy us, she added. He was going to take you away from me. Maggie laughed bitterly, the kind of laugh you let out when everything finally breaks. You didn't protect me, you erased me. She handed the tape to Grace. We're not pretending anymore, she said. We're getting out of here, both of us. As they packed their things, Diane sat alone in the living room, staring at the attic door like it might open again. Because deep down she knew some ghosts don't live in attics, they live in memory. And Maggie Ford, she finally remembered everything.